Hey everybody, so I know the semester is going to be starting soon, so I put together a little video to walk through how to order your textbooks. So I wanted to walk through this process because sometimes it gets a little bit confusing. So I hope this video is super helpful for you. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you can see exactly what I'm doing and we can walk through this process together. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this website. It is bookstore.neo.edu/college. That brings us to our textbook lookup tool. I also, in a separate tab, want to bring up my Gold Key account. Now, I'm not a student, so I won't have access to this, but in order to access your Gold Key, all you do is you go to the school's website, so neo.edu, and then in the top right-hand corner, you'll see my NEO. If you click on that and log in, you're going to follow the following steps. So once you're in, you're going to click on self-service. Then you're going to click on the student tab, registration, and then active registration. From here, you'll be able to see all of your classes. And from this screen, we need to find the CRN, the course reference number. And basically, a course reference number is like a class's fingerprint. So nobody is going to have the same course reference number. Every class is unique, so it has its own course reference. So you'll need that in order to determine how to navigate this tool. So back on the textbook lookup website, we are going to walk through this together. So it's really easy. You'll see the first question it asks you is, what academic term are we looking to order for? So obviously right now we only have one option. So I'm going to go ahead and select fall. So from here, you'll see a drop-down menu appears with all of the department codes. So for example, CHEM is for the chemistry department, CRJU, criminal justice, so on and so forth. So let's just say I had to order the book for basic composition. That's a class that most students have to take. So if you check your schedule and you have that, the course reference most likely starts with ENGL for English because it's an English class. So if I click on that, you'll see all of the classes taught by the English department are here. However, we want to check basic composition since that's the one we're in. So we'll select that from the list. And then you'll see there's a whole bunch of different sections. So this is where the number part of that course reference number comes into play. This is your section number. So always go by the section number as opposed to the instructor name. You can see here, Instructor Williams has like 4 sections. So we want to make sure we order the right book for the right course. So make sure you double check your schedule and match the section number of the course reference number to this. And we click the right one. So I'm just going to say I'm in this one. And then you can see here, there's only one option. Sometimes there are different options that are available. So sometimes you'll see a new and a used physical book. Sometimes you'll see an ebook, stuff like that. So since this is the only option available, I'm going to go ahead and check the box next to here and add the item to my cart. So that means that this is the one I want. Again, if you have multiple options available, you just select the one that best fits your needs. So if you are a physical book person and they offer a physical book and it's used and that's cheaper and that works for you, great. If you are an ebook person and that works for you, you can do that too. So really it is your preference. So it's going to, once you add that to your cart, it should bring you to this screen. It's saying, okay, this is what we're ordering, right? And so we can either A, continue shopping if we have other classes we need to buy books for, or B, we can check out. So again, you have to check your own individual schedule to see what you need. If you need to continue shopping, go ahead and do that and walk through it. But for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and check out. And so from here, it's going to ask me for all of my information. So You probably have yours pre-filled. Don't worry, this is not all of my information anymore. I'll use my real email. But I'll just fill this out and say, okay, put in all my, if it decides to work, all my pertinent info. Great. This is not my address, so don't worry. You guys don't know where I live. I live in Arizona. This is a Pennsylvania address. So no worries there. Um, but you'll put in your address along with your zip code. So 18337. Great, cool. And then your phone number. Cool. And then it's going to ask you, okay, how do we want to get this to you? So you have a couple different options. Since you guys are online students, you're most likely just going to get it mailed to you. You have the option of doing regular shipping or priority shipping. So I still have a little bit of time until the semester starts. I still have about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So I'm fine just picking the regular option. If you're watching this video and it's like the Wednesday or Thursday before classes start, you might want to look into 2-day, but the choice is yours. You know how the snail mail works sometimes. It is a little slow, but I think regular will be just fine for me. And then it's going to ask you, okay, how are we paying today? So most students can and do choose to pay with their financial aid. This is deducted directly from your account. So no money out of pocket or anything like that. It's already billed to you. And the bookstore takes care of that. You also have the option to pay by credit card or gift card, whichever option works best. Most students are going to pay with financial aid, so I'm going to keep that option. Then from here, it's going to ask you a very important question. If for some reason your textbook in the desired format that you previously selected is not available, if they don't have that used book, if they don't have that ebook, what do you want them to do? So you have the option to replace your selection with a new or used version or remove any unavailable items. So I would say your best bet is to always replace it, because if a used version isn't available, a new one may be, and then you'll still have the physical book in your hand. Um, but it's really up to you. If you choose this remove, that means you will not get your order and you need to find another way to get your textbooks. So keep that in mind. That's why I always say this is probably your best bet. And then you need to enter your student ID number. So you can locate this in your Gold Key account. It's most likely called the banner pin. It starts with the letter A, and then there's a bunch of numbers after it. Again, I'm not a student, so I don't have one. So we won't be billing Basic Compositions textbook to anybody today. We're just using this as an example. But you'll enter your ID number here so they can bill it to the appropriate account. You shouldn't need to enter any order comments. And if you have a coupon code for the bookstore, you're welcome to use that. You just enter it here and apply it to your order. Very last step, you click review. Obviously, if I do this, it says enter a valid ID number because that is not one. If you get this, it means you typed your ID number in wrong. So make sure you go back and double check. It will not let you check out without a valid ID number. So just make sure you check that. Then it'll ask you to submit your order after you go through this step, and it'll show you a confirmation. Hopefully you used your NEO student email address at the very beginning. This way they can send you tracking updates and things of that nature so you know where your textbooks are. So that's basically the process for a run-of-the-mill textbook, easy peasy. There are some other options, though, and other things to think about. There are some classes, for example, improved reading is one of those courses. You'll see here it says inclusive access course. And basically what inclusive access means is that all of your course materials will be readily available in the classroom on day one. You're billed automatically. There is no need to order. So you will not order a textbook for this class or any other classes that have this red inclusive access option. So you do not need to worry about that. The other thing I want to point out to you, though, is if you do select the option for an ebook. So I think this is one. Nope, it's not. So if you select the option for an ebook, you will access that through Red Shelf. So if you're not familiar with Red Shelf, it is basically like an app built into the classroom. And so that is where you're going to access your book. Because basically, what you do is you buy it here. So, like this, right? We're going to follow the same process. Um, you would buy that, and then you're going to get a code emailed to you. And from there, you enter that code into Red Shelf in your classroom in Canvas, and you can access your book. So if you need help with any of this, of course, please let me know. We can set aside time, to go through a video call and we can walk through this process together. But I thought it would be easier to do it in this video format so you can pause, replay, do all that good stuff as much as you want. But if you do need help, please don't be shy. Let me know. I am more than happy to assist. And I want to make sure you're set up for the semester. So that means having the right textbooks and having them sent to you in a timely manner. So hopefully this was helpful. If not, I'm sure I'll hear from you. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day.